So welcome students. In this question you given that you have an ellipse, you have a standard ellipse and you have a circle with the same center as the ellipse and passing through the foci of the ellipse, and this circle is cutting the ellipse at 4 points and P is one of the points such that the triangle PF1 F2 has area is equal to 30 units and the major axis of the ellipse is equal to 17. If that is so, what is the distance between the foci of this ellipse? That's the question. What is the diameter of the circle? That's the question. So how do we do this? First thing that you need to observe is you can find the coordinates of P, because we know that P is at a distance of AE units from the center. So P is one of the point of intersection of the circle and the ellipse. So P lies on the circle, so it should be at a distance of AE from the center. So if P has an eccentric angle of theta, so P can be thought of as A cos theta comma B sin theta, and the distance from the center should be equal to AE, that is A square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta, this is distance square, is equal to A square E square. So this is the condition which the eccentric angle of this point has to satisfy. Now the second equation corresponds to this. So what is the equation corresponding to this triangle area? Area of the triangle is half into base into height. The height will be the y coordinate of this point P. So half into the base is the distance between the foci, that is 2AE, into the height of this is the y coordinate of this point, B sin theta is equal to 30 units. So 2A is already given as 17. So our equation becomes BE sin theta is equal to 60 by 70. BE sin theta is equal to 60 by 70. So now using these two equations, you should try to find the value of 2AE. 2A is already known in this, so effectively you need to find the eccentricity of this ellipse if you can from these two equations. So let us see if you can do that. So first what I do is, so let me take cos square theta as 1 minus sin square theta. So A square into 1 minus sin square theta plus B square sin square theta is equal to A square E square. So this implies A square plus B square minus A square times sin square theta. So I am combining A square sin square theta and B square sin square theta. So A square plus B square minus A square times sin square theta is equal to A square E square. So this implies, so this A square if it goes on to that side, so you get B square minus A square sin square theta is equal to A square times E square minus 1. So this becomes minus A square. If I take A square as common, you get E square minus 1. So we know that A square into E square minus 1 is nothing but minus B square, because B square is equal to A square into 1 minus E square. So this implies sin square theta is equal to B square by A square minus B square, if I take this minus onto this side. So now I got the value of sin square theta. So let us use this in this equation. Now let me square this equation. So if I square this equation, B square E square sin square theta is this into B square by A square minus B square is equal to 60 by 70. Now what is E square? E square is nothing but 1 minus B square by A square, that is equal to B power 4 by A square minus B square into 1 minus B square by A square is nothing but A square minus B square by A square is equal to 60 by 70. So A square minus B square and A square minus B square gets cancelled. Sorry, here you have 60 by 17 whole square. So again you have 60 by 17 whole square. Now b power 4 by a square is this. B power 4 by a square is this. So this implies b square by a, if I square root this again, is again equal to 60 by 17. B square by a is this. This implies, what is b square again? A square into 1 minus e square. So by a. So a times 1 minus e square is equal to 60 by 17. So a times 1 minus e square is equal to this. So from this, you already know the value of a. What is 2a is given as 17. So a is 17 by 2. So this implies 1 minus e square is equal to, so if this is 17 by 2, if it goes on to that side, you get 120 by 17 square is 289. This implies e square is equal to 1 minus 120 by 289. That is equal to 289 minus 120, 169 by 289. So this implies e is equal to square root of this, which is equal to 13 by 17. Now you got the value of e, you substitute this e here. So the distance between the foci is 2ae, 2a is 17 into e is 13 by 17. So these two gets cancelled and the value of 2a is 13. That means the distance between the foci is 13 units. Thank you.